Okay, hello everybody. So this is IEEE-SB MMMUT and we are presenting to you the Git and GitHub session. This is the first session of our series of streams which we'll be doing weekly. So starting with the Git and GitHub session. So Git and GitHub, there are two technologies which are being used variedly and very vastly in today's world in every organization we have. So हमें कहीं ना कहीं कुछ सॉफ्टवेयर्स कुछ ना कुछ organizations में कुछ ना कुछ particular products के लिए Git और GitHub की जरूरत कहीं ना कहीं पड़ती ही होगी. तो regarding that, before that, the first thing is the version control. Version control is what? In software engineering, version control, also known as revision control, or source code management, is a class of systems responsible for managing changes to a computer program, document, large website, or other collections of information. Version control is a component of software configuration management. इसको आप ऐसे समझ सकते हैं कि this particular system version control, what it does is if you have a particular file, you do like 10 to 20 changes in that, and in all those changes, you may face some issue. So in future, it may happen कि आपने कोई गलती कर दी and you want to revert back. So if you have only one file without any version control, it may cause any error or it may cause some issues. But this will not be the case in version control. If you have that version control system with you, so you can revert back to a particular change in the past and then you can start over. So that's why version control is a very important thing. After this, we have Git. So Git is a version control system. Git is a very popular version control system in particular that thing. So it's a source control system or a version control system जिसको मैंने अभी पहले बता दिया. Regarding that, distributed system. So Git is a distributed system. Why we call it distributed? It is called so because while we use this particular version control system, so it happens ki if we are working in a collaboration in a large organization, multiple people are working on that particular software or a product. So instead of doing it on a centralized manner, किसी एक जगह पे करने से बेहतर है they are working on their own in local systems, and उसके बाद वो किसी common जगह पे common location पे they are putting out their data. So that's why it is called a distributed system, and it's free and open source. You can see its code, you can have that particular code and have a variation of it. इस तरह से आप काम कर सकते हैं. Along with that, Git has its own advantages. It is fast. It is very fast because इससे पहले आने वाले जो version control systems थे, like SVN या subversion, what we call it, वो उतने fast नहीं थे. They were centralized, but it is fast. This is disconnected. Disconnected means you don't need net for the working. You can work offline and then you can put those changes in an online state. After that, we have powerful yet easy features present in the Git itself. So we can say that Git has very various features like pull, fetch, and rebase. Other things are there also. Branching and pull requests are things which will be coming back in a few minutes. So let's see forward. After that, we have disadvantages. So it is a little bit different. आपके लिए different नहीं है because you guys are in first year or maybe in a second year situation, so you will be going up to various organizations now. लेकिन अब इससे पहले जो भी चीजें यूज होती थी उस समय SVN या कुछ और वर्जन सिस्टम्स चलते थे जिसमें दिक्कतें रहती थी. बट इट इज डिफरेंट फ्रॉम देम एंड आप यहाँ से स्टार्ट कर रहे हो तो यू विल नॉट फेस दोस डिफरेंसेस. After that, we have learning curve. So its learning curve is exponential. Its learning curve is exponential, and this exponential curve is very good to actually go with because आप जब exponential growth के साथ learn करते हो तो आपको एक तो advantage रहता है कि you are working in a great particular software. इसके अलावा we are having a chance to learn more. It has also some various tools like merge tools are there. जब भी आप किसी different branch पे काम करते हो, so you have a chance कि आप और चीजें सीख सको. So you have those tools as well. After that, there are some basic commands. So starting with Git itself, तो जब भी हम Git पे काम करते हैं, तो what happens is कि जब भी हम कोई product बना रहे हैं, कोई software बना रहे हैं, it is actually stored in a folder or a software or a particular folder. That is the wrong word I said. Yeah, it is put in a folder. So that folder on remote place on what we say online phase, it's called repository, and in short, that repository is called repo. So git init is a command which is used in command prompt, either it's in Linux or in its window. So we use this particular command to create a repo. उसमें हम अपना project रखते हैं. We can configure our configurational variables like आपका नेम, आपकी ईमेल आईडी, बेस्ड ऑन विच जो गिट सिस्टम है जो आपके कमांड प्रॉम्प्ट पे वर्क कर रहा है, वो ऑनलाइन किस पर्टिकुलर रिपोजिटरी, किस पर्टिकुलर आईडी के हिसाब से रिपोजिटरी बनानी है वो नोटिफाई करेगा, उसका आप यूज कर सकते हैं. After that, we have git add, git commit, git status, and various other commands. We'll look forward to it, and let's go with that as well. So I have this folder. Assume I want to work in this folder for a different repo. So I've opened my command prompt. All I need to do is create a different directory for this. I'm creating a directory IEEE-git. Right, particular directory has been created. Here it is. In this particular directory, if I want to work it as a Git repository, I have to just type git init. It shows that initialized empty repository in C and that particular location. So what it tells is कि मैंने एक repository बना ली है, that repository is empty, and now you can see it कि in this repository we have a .git folder. So this particular folder initializes कि हाँ हमने एक Git repository बना ली. After that, if we want to work in it, we can just use VS Code or any other particular editor. I'm just making a file in it, and that file would be called hello world, a text file. Generally in coding world, files won't be text. So I'm typing key I all we are IEEE-SB triple MUT. Now, as it's done, you can see key we have saved our changes. I'm closing the file. If I use git status now, status is used to check what are the differences made in the particular repository. We see that there is a file hello world.txt. एक ऐसी फाइल है जो हमने या तो बनाई नहीं थी पहले या पहले से थी बट उसमें कुछ चेंजेस आ गए. ठीक है, so we can add this file to the staging area so that we can commit it. After that, we go for the commit. So it's done. You can see that this particular commit is done. अब यहाँ पे क्या हुआ मैं समझाता हूँ. I started with the folder itself, git init. So git init command does what? उसने एक repository बनाई जो कि खाली थी. It means अगर मैं ये particular repository उठा के किसी hosting service like GitHub पे जाता हूँ या जो कि Git के लिए एक hosting service है, तो अगर मैं वहां जाता हूँ, there I can make this particular folder and मैं उसमें अपने files को रखता हूँ. Okay. After that, git status. जब मैंने कोई particular चीज change की code में, so that particular thing shows कि what is the status of that file right now. Okay. So अभी हमने देखा कि after making the file hello world.txt और उसमें जो भी चीज हमने add की, we saw कि there was a change, a new file there, जो कि हमें git status ने बताया. After that, we added that particular file to the staging area. In Git, there are three working areas. First one is the unstaging, the second one is the staging, and the last one is the working directory. तो ये जो Git repository है ये आपकी working directory है. When you make some changes, when you modify the code or modify the file, you are actually having changes in the unstaging area. जब भी आप चीजों को commit करते हैं, you have to make it in an indirect way. आप directly unstaging area से नहीं ले जाते. You pass the changes to the staging area. So there is the staging area's presence, and आपको जब staging area में कोई फाइल डालनी होती है, you type git add. Dot here signifies कि जितने भी changes मैंने किए हैं, just put them all in the staging area. अगर मैं कोई एक single file डालना चाहता हूं, तो मैं dot की जगह पे वो single file का नाम लिख देता. After that, I used git commit and committed the particular change in the repository. Okay. Along with that, we had several other git commands, like we had the git log. What is log? Log is the information of the past. What is the history of the whole repo itself? हमने क्या क्या काम किया था, किस डेट को किया था, किसने किया था? We can see that here. So if I type git log, I get this commit. Yeah, I made this commit on Sunday, Feb 13. This is the time. This is my name and email ID, and this was the message I put there. So इससे ये पता चलता है कि हमने कौन सा काम किया, किस फाइल में किया, when was the work done, who was the author to do that. It is very important because if we don't put it like that in organization, it may cause error. हमें पता होना चाहिए कि who is working on this particular file. Okay, continuing in the PPT, continuing on PPT once again. So yeah, I told you about the three states. Okay, the Git has three features. Git has three features, three important features, I must say: branching, merging, and remotes. So what is branching? Like, अगर n number of लोग वहां पे काम कर रहे हैं, if n number of people are working on a particular file or on a particular product or somewhere, so this causes a hodgepodge. Like, this causes a crowdiness where multiple people, if working on a single file, they may cross over each other. तो उस क्रॉसिंग को रोकने के लिए वी क्रिएट ब्रांचेस. ब्रांचेस आर लाइक कॉपी ऑफ द सेम कोड बट फॉर अ डिफरेंट पीपल, फॉर डिफरेंट पर्सन, और फॉर मतलब फॉर डिफरेंट फोल्डर. Okay, so there comes the term branching. What we do is कि from any point of time हम अपने एक फोल्डर की एक पैरेलल कॉपी बना लेते हैं, एंड इफ देयर आर एन नंबर ऑफ पीपल तो दे आर वर्किंग ऑन एन पैरेलल कॉपीज ऑफ द सेम फाइल. जब काम खत्म हो जाता है, वी यूज द मर्जिंग. व्हाट वी डू इज कि हम कॉपीज को मर्ज करते हैं. एंड द थर्ड पार्ट, दैट इज द रिमोट्स. सो रिमोट्स इज बेसिकली what we can say, online repository on a hosting service. So remote is basically an online repository on a hosting service. We can say it like GitHub. GitHub पे हमारे जितने भी repository हैं, these all are remotes, and these remotes are used for collaboration. हमने जो local अपने computer पे काम किया, we need to post it somewhere ताकि बाकी लोगों को वो चीजें visible हो. So in order to have that common location, we use remotes. Starting with the branches. Branches की definition समझ में आ गई, how we work in parallel manner. And now let us check how we work actually. I'm going with the commands. So अगर मैं check करना चाहूँ कि कितनी branches हैं अभी, तो I can just see with the help of git branch dash v. It shows कि एक ही branch है और वो master है, and that particular branch वही उस branch पे मैं हूँ अभी. If I want to make a new branch, I can do it in two ways. So basically, first one is git checkout dash b. I'll proceed with this one. I'll name it like the feature branch. I have created a feature branch और मैं उस पर switch कर गया. It shows कि switch to a new branch that is feature. Okay. Now अगर मैं यहाँ पे open करूँ अपना code, it shows कि यहाँ पे एक hello world.txt file है, and this file has this data. If I type कि okay, this is the feature branch. Now, if I save these changes and close, and again check for the status, it shows कि yes, there were some changes, and मैं इसको commit कर सकता हूँ. So I'll commit directly instead of adding. Okay, it's committed directly. Now, if we check the git log, it says कि there are two commits. First one was from the master branch, and the second one is the feature. So it shows कि मतलब एक branch में कितने commits हुए, किस particular timeline से हुए. So when we switch, we have those changes. हम जब भी switch करते हैं तो we get those changes as well कि जब जिस point से हमने अपना काम parallelize किया, जहां से हमने अपनी branch को divide किया, उसके पहले की भी history हमारे पास रहती है. So that was the situation here. इसके अलावा one new thing which we learned in this particular process, it was git commit dash am. इससे क्या हुआ, हमें जब कोई भी चीज को अनस्टेजिंग एरिया से स्टेजिंग और स्टेजिंग के बाद हमको वर्किंग डायरेक्टरी में ले जाना होता है, तो इट इज अ क्लमसी प्रोसेस. ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस इस प्रोसेस को नहीं लेके चलती. व्हाट दे डू इज कि दे डायरेक्टली कमिट द चेंजेस. इट इज लाइक unstaging then working directory. So for that, what we use git commit dash am. A means all, m means message, and whatever the message is. I've already done the message, तो अभी कोई commit है नहीं करने को, so it will look like that. After that, if now I check कि what are the branches that I have, so if I see it, now we'll see कि we have two branches. The first one is the feature, the second one is the master, and मैं अभी feature branch पे हूँ. I can always change my branch. I have to just type git check out the branch name, that is master, and I've switched. Now अगर मैं फिर से check करूँ, it shows मैं master पे हूँ and the changes are in feature. Okay, so going for the next change. Okay, so after this we have merge. आई टोल्ड यू कि जब भी हम कोई दो पर्टिकुलर पैरेलल पोजीशंस पे काम कर रहे होते हैं, पैरेलल ब्रांचेस पे काम कर रहे होते हैं, देयर विल बी अ टाइम जब हम चाहते हैं कि चीजें मर्ज हों, चीजें मतलब अब हमने काम कंप्लीट कर लिया है, वी वांट टू मर्ज देम इन अ सिंगल फाइल, ताकि उस फाइल को फिर हम आगे पास ऑन कर सकें अलग डिविजन्स में, अलग चीजों में, ताकि उसका डिप्लॉयमेंट कहीं पे हो, वो प्रोडक्ट एज अ फुल पर्टिकुलर सिंगुलर प्रोजेक्ट की तरह दिखाई दे. सो in order to do that, we use git merge. Okay. And in merging, what we merge branches, because these were the parallel versions of the file. So we merge branches. What we can do is we can use a merge tool in order to merge the changes, या फिर we can go with the git merge command itself. So starting with it, मैंने master पे खुद को रखा हुआ है, and the new change what I added was in the feature branch. So I just have to type git merge and the branch name which I want to merge. That was the feature. It shows कि एक fast forward merge हुआ and एक नई जो फाइल थी वो अपडेट, एक जो पुरानी फाइल थी वो अपडेट हुई, एंड उसमें क्या हुआ, दो प्लस एक माइनस, इट शोज दो नई लाइंस ऐड हुई और एक नई लाइन डिलीट हुई. सो लेट्स चेक इट आउट नाउ. जो फाइल हमारे पास मास्टर ब्रांच में वो कैसी दिखती है. वी सी, हमने ये चीज कभी यहाँ लिखी नहीं थी बट अब यहाँ दिख रही है. दैट मीन्स जो चेंजेस वहां फीचर ब्रांच में थे वो हमारे मास्टर ब्रांच में आ चुके हैं. एंड दिस इज द होल सिनेरियो ऑफ वर्किंग विद द मर्जिंग. फास्ट फॉरवर्ड मर्ज क्यों कहा, व्हाई फास्ट फॉरवर्ड मर्ज. फास्ट फॉरवर्ड मर्ज इसलिए कहा बिकॉज जब हमने मास्टर ब्रांच से खुद को सेपरेट किया था, उसके बाद मास्टर ब्रांच ने खुद पे कोई काम नहीं किया. इट इज स्टेइंग एट दैट सेम पोजीशन. लेकिन जब हमने सेपरेट करके एक एक्स्ट्रा काम किया, वी मूव्ड फॉरवर्ड. ठीक है. सो अगर हम कभी मर्ज करना चाहें तो वी सी की कोई पैरेलल काम हुआ ही नहीं था, तो इंस्टेड ऑफ मर्जिंग और एक्स्ट्रा काम करने के बजाय वी जस्ट पुल दिस पर्टिकुलर ब्रांच जो हमारे पास थी, फीचर ब्रांच, और हम उसके चेंजेस कोई अपने में अक्वायर कर लेते हैं. दैट इज कॉल्ड फास्ट फॉरवर्ड. इंस्टेड ऑफ क्रिएटिंग अ न्यू पर्टिकुलर कमिट फॉर दैट मर्जिंग, वी यूज द फास्ट फॉरवर्ड. ओके. फॉर दैट ट्रू मर्ज सिचुएशन, एक मर्ज हम बनाने की कोशिश करते हैं. ओके. वी मूव टू द feature branch. Okay, we are on the feature branch right now. अब मैं कोड खोलता हूँ. Have this code. Okay. अब instead of this comma, if I type this, so this is the new change. Okay. And I close this. Now, if I want to switch back to the master, I'll type git checkout master. I'll go back. Now, while merging, it shows already up to date because there were new change. There were no new changes, and I have just added the new change. Okay, it was in the same line. It shows कि हाँ हमने जो काम किया था, it is on the same line, but because we want to check it out, हमें कुछ extra काम करना पड़ेगा. Okay. This is from MMMUT. The new commit, new change which we have done. इसको मैंने close किया. I've saved this. Now let us check with the status. That was the error. मैंने उस change को वहाँ commit नहीं किया था. Yeah. I see there was no changes. मैंने इसे direct commit किया. And I have put on the message committed new change. Done. Now I can go back to the feature master branch. If I check now, अब मुझे थोड़े errors आ सकते हैं. Okay, git merge feature. Okay, it's merged. It's merged directly. Moving on to the third part, that is remote. For you guys, I have prepared my GitHub ID, GitHub location where I'll be putting all this code. So in GitHub, we create repositories and which we can do directly. यहाँ पे हमको उतना CLI code नहीं लिखना पड़ता. So I'm just typing IEEE-MMMUT dash it, and I've created the particular repository. यहाँ पे repository बन गई. Nothing changed. You can just set the changes in that particular way where you want, but मैंने just enter मारा, directly मेरी repository बन गई. And this particular link, this is HTTPS link. So this is our remote link. I can just type git remote add. What will be the remote's name? I'm typing it as origin and remote link. Remote is added. अगर मैं check करना चाहूँ कि what are the remotes for this repository, I can just type out git remote dash v and I see these. Okay. As you guys can see, I have this particular remote and उसमें दो चीजें दिखा रहा है. Either it's a push change or a fetch change. Fetch means कि when you take the changes back from the remote repository, and push means कि local repository से you're pushing some data to the remote repository. Okay. Now, if I want to push my changes, I can just type out git push origin master because master was my branch. And the changes are done. It shows ki the new repository where the whole changes were gone and the branch where the changes were gone, it's master. And it shows the everything we done. Now they are up to date with the remote and the local. So that's all. This is the total basic scenario where everything goes and कैसे यहाँ पे काम होता है Git में. After that, after that the remote changes. I have prepared some basic commands for that. Some basic commands which a person should know. So you guys can see that as well. We'll be sharing a document for that, a transcript for that. After that, if you guys can see this picture, it shows what is actually a remote. जो नीचे वाली image है, it shows that we have a master branch on local and we have also a master branch on remote. So the difference here is कि जो master branch ऊपर दिखाई दे रही है that is a remote branch और वहां पे जो master branch दिख रही है that is called remote master and नीचे वाली branch जो master दिखाई दे रही है that is local master. इसके साथ एक third branch यहाँ दिख रही है that is origin slash master. Origin slash master का मतलब ये है कि this branch is a pointer for the remote branch. किस remote से master connected है that is written here origin slash master. So while merging we have conflicts. If we have common places जहाँ पे changes हुए हैं, we can see that there are some conflicts because जो Git system है, it's highly automatic. But जहाँ पे दो particular codes में जहाँ पे एक single code में दो particular लोगों ने same line पे changes किए हो, that creates a conflict. और उस conflict को Git नहीं resolve कर सकता. The only user who is merging them can resolve. तो उसमें आपको थोड़ा सा काम करना पड़ता है, उसमें यूजर को थोड़ा काम करना पड़ता है. Other than that, everything is fine. This is all a user should know as a beginner on the Git, and these are some things which we can use. Like we want to work, we want to change the things how we did. Like मैंने कोई commit कर दिया, अब commit ऐसा तो है नहीं कि मैंने कर दिया, it will remain there. You can just go back as well. You can revert a commit. You can see we can revert a commit. So for reverting, we use that commit. I show you that command. Okay, I'll check git log first. This was my last commit. It shows origin slash master, right? This is the branch I was talking about. Okay, this particular SHA, that is the hash value. Git provides the hash value for every commit ताकि वो commit हमेशा unique रहे. So like मेरे को लगता है ये चीज मैंने गलत कर दी, यहाँ पे ये चीज नहीं होनी चाहिए थी, तो मैं बस git revert और वो SHA value लिख दूंगा and it shows. Okay, I have a file open. Yeah, there is the file. It shows yes. मैंने यहाँ पे कोई मैसेज नहीं लिखा था. So it says कि आप कोई मैसेज टाइप करो. मैंने मैसेज टाइप कर दिया. I'm saving this message and I'm closing. So after closing, this will show कि yeah, reverted commit new change, one file changed, one insertion, 3 deletions. So जब मैंने वो चेंज किए थे, आपको अगर याद हो तो मेरे पास 3 इंसर्शंस थे, एक डिलीट था, लेकिन अब यहाँ पे क्या है, सब उल्टा हो गया, बिकॉज जितनी चीजें मैंने की थी वो अब वापस आ गई और मैं अपनी पुरानी पोजीशन पे रिटर्न कर चुका हूँ. दिस इज द सिनेरियो व्हाट हैपेंस इन रिवर्ट. तो ऐसा नहीं है कि हम इफ वी आर गोइंग फॉरवर्ड वी कांट गो बैक. We can go back, and as a beginner, if first year and second year students are using this, it's very necessary to learn all these codes and all these particular technologies because it helps. You guys would be going in web development or software development in a few years, so you guys should see this. After that, this is the repository. You guys can see it over, and we will be posting these links, and that would be all, I guess. The changes, everything, the PPT and the transcript will be shared to you guys. And last but not the least, thank you. And we are actually making these streams because we want you guys to learn and know some things. So this is a weekly stream channel. So we'll be streaming new content every week. It may happen कि अगले week कुछ और नया content हो, not probably get anything else. So we want you guys to share that particular content with your friends. You guys should learn yourself ki what we are teaching here, and any other new thoughts. If new technologies you want to learn, you just have to type it in the chat, and we'll be doing so. So thank you all. That's it. Thank you.